Welcome to Kellyanne Cares, a one-of-a-kind show created to motivate, stimulate, educate, and inspire you, personally and professionally. Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm an entrepreneur, patient advocate, content creator, and author. You may know me from the Everything is Messy book, brand, and podcast. But what you may not know is how hard I had to work to get me to where I am today. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And in this season, I'm more driven and extremely passionate about my purpose to help you save the time, money, and energy it takes to be happier and get healthier with your mind, body, business, and life. Tune in every week to hear raw, unfiltered conversations from myself and my incredible guests as we discuss trending topics, share stories of resilience, and chat about all things health, wealth, healing, and wellness. Whether you're here to listen, learn, or laugh, I promise to bring awareness and add more value to your day. Take this time to relax and recharge. Listen, life is short. Invest in yourself. Be loud, be different, be you, and most importantly, enjoy the ride. Buckle up because today's podcast experience starts now. One more thing, sharing is caring. I would love your thoughts on today's episode. Head on over to Apple Podcasts to rate, review, and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Want to continue the conversation? Let's connect online. You can find me at kellyanngorman.com and all my social links are in the show notes. Now let's get into today's show. Hello. Happy New Year. Welcome to the Kellyanne Cares podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman, and it is 2023. I cannot believe it's taken me 10 days to record this episode for you, but I have so much to fill you in on, and I'm so glad that you are here. And please remember, if you like this episode, share it with a friend, and also don't forget to rate, review, subscribe over on Apple Podcasts. Those reviews mean so much to podcasters, and it really helps other people like you find the show. So let's just dive into where I've been, what I've been doing, like all of the things. So I am on a wellness week. I created a wellness week for myself. I'm going to fill you in on all my goals and all that fun stuff in 2023 and blah, blah, blah. But right now, I want to talk to you about wellness. So if you're new here, I was misdiagnosed, I'm healing, all the things, like scroll back so many episodes, right? But that was years ago. So now I'm taking my healing chapter of my life to like the next level, like invest in better supplements and better ingredients, like what I'm actually putting in my body, like step it up a notch. Who says that? Emerald Lagasse. Focusing on really like better quality things. And that's just in life in general as well. Like what I'm consuming, who I'm around, the food, the ingredients, like everything having to do with your mind, your body, your business, your life. It's Wellness Week. So this is what I'm doing. So first of all of the videos about this will be on my TikTok. Half of them already are. My focus this year is TikTok. I'm on a mission to blow it up, to make it more of a positive and productive community for small business owners and women over 40 and people all about health and wellness and healthy recipes and everything else that I love that maybe you'll love, and a laugh along the way, just like the show. So I have these 6 non-negotiables that I do every single day. They're in my planner. They're highlighted yellow. That's like a mandatory thing. I have a whole color coding situation. And they are meditate, journal, stretch, workout, hydrate, read. Okay? This week is a whole new game plan for me because I'm challenging myself to incorporate a lot more things, and this is a very intentional morning routine. I'm doing a lot of habit stacking, which I'll get into, and I'm doing a 16-hour fast, which I'll get into, and I'm not having any sparkling drinks, no Fountain Diet Cokes, no alcohol, no wine, 16-hour fast, like I said. And my body, you have to listen to your body when you're doing like a challenge like this for yourself, is craving more protein. And it's probably because I'm working out more, but I want like all the protein. And I'm trying to eliminate like as much sugar as I can because over the holidays, I definitely had so much sugar. And honestly, I wake up, I feel hungover. This morning I woke up and I feel hungover because I had a tiny, tiny little Jell-O shot of Kava last night from a Kava bar. And it wasn't sugar-free Jell-O, and I could feel it in my head right now. It's not a fun feeling. Salt, limiting that as well, even though I have a whole new electrolyte game plan, which I'll share with you now. So let's just start off with what I'm doing. So I'm waking up. I'm going to sneeze. Welcome to 2023. Oh my God. I didn't think I was going to have to. You know what? I'm just taking my coffee. Choo! Maybe that's good luck. Thank you for still staying. This is an unedited episode of 2023. I'm keeping it more raw and real. I'm drinking my delicious Coast. All the hot girlies make this noise on the TikTok, so here I am. Coffee is so good. Something else I'm doing also is making sure I drink my whole electrolyte water before I consume any coffee. Again, being extremely intentional. Why am I so stuffed up right now? With what I'm doing. So here's how it goes. I wake up between 5:30 and 6. It has to be when it's dark out. You do what you need to do. If this is better for you at night, do it at night. For me personally, I need to wake up early, especially when I have a lot of content I have to create, when I have to do a lot of writing. My brain works so much better super early in the morning. So this just sets me up for a super successful day. Today's day 2. I have every intention of recording this episode yesterday. And, it was Monday and it was just crazy. And here we are. So it's Tuesday, January 10th. So I wake up at 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm super intentional. This is one of my words of the year, intentional, with every single thing I'm doing. So the first thing I do is I scrape my tongue. And some of the benefits for tongue scraping are it removes bacteria, and especially if your gums are inflamed, it really helps with that, but it removes dead cells and really improves taste. And the sense of taste is so important, especially when you're, eating all the fruits and veggies. They honestly, excuse me, do I have to blow my nose on my first episode back in 2023? What the hell? Okay, so my mouth has been completely redone after chemo and all the drugs I was on for no reason, twice. And for some reason, my teeth are shifting. Well, I think it's because I'm grinding, but my teeth are extra sensitive now, and that's not supposed to happen way over a year when you have all your implants. So I wanted to really try this oil pulling. So after I tongue scrape, which I've been doing for quite some time, I do oil pulling. Now, if you're not familiar with what that is, you basically put like a tablespoon of coconut oil in your mouth and swish it around. That also reduces bacteria. It's really good for your gums. Apparently, it's supposed to whiten your teeth as well. It helps with bad breath and prevents cavities. And again, the inflammation with gums. Everything starts in your mouth. Everything. So this is why I'm being super strategic with what I'm doing for my Made Up Wellness Week. And those are the first two things that I do. Then the routine for that is you tongue scrape, you oil pull for 15 minutes, and then you brush your teeth. So the next thing I do is I do a legs on the wall stretch. You put your legs up on a wall. Very self-explanatory. But while I'm there, I can be habit stacking. And that's doing basically multitasking, but habits. So I always do a sound bath by the Copper Vessel every single morning. I do an 8-hour one every night I sleep. And if I am ice rolling my face, which is what I do for lymphatic drainage, which I have been for years, I'm ice rolling my face, I'm doing oil pulling, I'm listening to my sound bath, I have my legs up on the wall. That's 4 morning habits, 4 of my routines. That's called habit stacking. So you're basically multitasking. So I can do them all together. Or if I'm oil pulling, I could take a cold shower. And yesterday was my first cold shower, like the longest cold shower I've had in a long time. And oh my God, it definitely gave me so much more energy. And my face all day was so thin. And it's because of my face is usually puffy from sodium and just inflammation. So that's why I'm always ice rolling my face. But now I'm incorporating a lymphatic massage and I'm ice rolling more, but I'm doing a cold shower on top. So all of that again is habit stacking and something else that I've incorporated into my routine. So first I do my oral health. So I take care of the tongue scraping. I do the 15-minute oil pulling, and then I do my brushing of the teeth. Then it's next for the legs on the wall. After the 15-minute legs on the wall and my sound bath, I do a 5-minute stretch. This can be, and there's one I watch on YouTube all the time. If you want it, let me know on social and I'll send you the link. But it's a 5-minute stretch. I'll do it after I work out or just like in the morning to get it done because my body has been so sore because it's so cold lately. So I do my stretch. And then after that, I usually go on my walk like 30 to 60 minutes. I don't usually go in the mornings, again, because it's so cold, and I honestly need the fresh air and the sunshine and the vitamin D, so I wait for the sun to come out, and it just popped out, so I'm going to be going shortly today, and I really want to get in like a solid, like at least 45, 60-minute walk again today, just because yesterday I didn't really get a good one in. And when I'm drinking my water, Hydration Nation, if you're a part of it, raise your hand. It's really hard to drink a gallon of water a day. Sometimes I'm on it, like in it to win it, drink all the water. I have all those Amazon jugs that say, keep going, but hello life. Something that I really needed to invest in is better quality water. So again, I'm being intentional with what goes in my mouth, what I'm consuming, like literally everything. So I am no longer, okay, first of all, if you're a liquid IV girl, or guy, there is so much sugar and salt in that. And I know you need it if you're hardcore working out. Like, I get the method behind it. But for me personally, I don't want that shit in my body. So I'm using pink Himalayan sea salt and baking soda. I do a little pinch. I actually have it. You'll see a video on my TikTok, like a little container that I did both. So that way I could just take a pinch, and they're already mixed up, and throw out my water. So every water I drink, I actually am adding my homemade electrolytes, and there's so many benefits for that as well. And I see a difference. And something that I have been always having in my water since my healing journey began is chlorophyll. And chlorophyll is an antioxidant with anti-inflammatory properties, and it helps boost red blood cells. This is the reason why I started drinking chlorophyll in the first place, because when I finally got cleared to donate blood, after I was misdiagnosed, I had to wait like almost 3 years for them to say, yes, you could donate blood, because I really wanted to give back to patients that need blood and plasma. But then after a couple of months of donating, I became anemic because it was just too much. So now I'm not allowed anymore. But going back to the original reason, I started drinking chlorophyll because it helps boost the red blood cells. And it also helps heal damaged skin. It helps with inflammation, digestion, hormones, and also altitude sickness, and sometimes even car sickness. So do your research. It's something that you shouldn't really have a lot of. I just do like a tiny little, I definitely don't consume what's recommended on the bottle. And if you want the brands that I use, I honestly just go to Sprouts, which is a natural grocery store. Not all, is it all natural? I don't know, but they have all the good stuff. So I get their store brand tinctures. I do have a bunch in my Amazon store. If you want to check that out, it'll be in the show notes. But if you don't have a Sprouts near you, but just make sure you do your research when it comes to, even if you're doing anything holistic, you really need to listen to your body, because I could be eating gluten. That's great for me, but you might have a huge gluten intolerance. Same thing goes for supplements. And a lot of the supplements that I want to start taking, I'm currently still doing research on. Let me just flip my notes because I'll give you my list. So Athletic Greens is something I really want to start using, and then switching my cinnamon, upgrading it to the Ceylon, because it's so much better for you, especially if you're having turmeric and focusing on inflammation. Magnesium, sea moss gel, CBD, CBG, Shilajit, prebiotics, probiotics, oil pulling I'm already doing, so I could actually cross that off my list right now. Better quality coconut oil. So again, intentions behind this is like top notch. Like, I just want to only do the best things for my body. And let me tell you something, I'm down over 20 pounds in like, I don't even know, a month or something. I didn't even realize. Like, I know my clothes are getting better, but I'm just so focused on my goals and being intentional with, yes, I want to lose like 40 more pounds, but I want my body to just feel good. I want to feel things again. For years, I was numb. And so now, like, this is my next chapter of healing, right? So especially, I'm turning my notes because I don't want to lose track, but my mind and my body get tested every single day I'm in Las Vegas. So I need to make sure that my head is in a good space, my body is in a good space, and just be grateful that I'm alive each and every day. I make my bed every morning. If I didn't make my bed, I would lose my shit. Sometimes I just put my comforters on it and call it a day if I'm having like a lazy day, but it's still halfway made. Like, it's just something I grew up doing. I've always been like that. Studies show. And I just did a TikTok video. I've been filming a lot when I walk. It's like walking and talking videos, because it helps me stay accountable. And I go live and I talk to other people when I'm walking, and it's just really nice place to like engage with my community. But also I did one about mental health. Like if you are struggling with anxiety, depression, PTSD, like I am, my anxiety right now, I realize it's back because I'm grinding so bad and my jaw is killing me. Now it's making my teeth move. So now I need a mouth guard, but those never really worked out for me. I still need Invisalign. Like all these things add up. So you have to start from the beginning and figure out, how to prevent these things, right? Or make better quality decisions and be more intentional. So when it comes to your mental health, if you are severely depressed, get out of bed, put your feet on the ground, stand up, and be grateful that you're alive. Because there was mornings that I could not barely do that. So that is the first thing. If you then have to ask yourself, am I going to make it through the day? Do I need to go back to bed? Make your bed, then go back into it. Because then you have at least one thing to be proud of. Well, two rather. You got up, you made your bed. When you are severely depressed and curled up in a ball in your bed, I think, this is just my personal opinion, that this really helped me. And I did this thousands of times over my years of depression and going through chemo. Like I could barely lift my finger, let alone get out of bed and go to the bathroom, So that was a huge win, is standing up, going to the bathroom, getting some water, coming back and making my bed. That would literally take me an hour because I was in so much pain mentally and physically and emotionally, but I did it. And every day after chemo, I would do the same thing. Like I would make myself stand in the sun. I would make myself stand outside and get fresh air, like to, be more positive and productive and hopefully like make it through that horrific nightmare that I went through, and I did. I'm very strategic and I try my best to do things like each and every day that will just make me feel good, because if I feel good, I can make others feel good. More of you feel good. That's the whole purpose of this podcast. That's the whole purpose of my wellness week. It's the whole purpose of why I'm here, why I got a second chance of life, So going back to the routines, with my walks and my electrolytes, and in the morning, what I'm doing also is a lymphatic massage. And what a fucking difference this makes with you and your face, with your swelling. It is insane. There's one for the body too, I've yet to do. And I've had it done on my face once. Actually, maybe I have had a massage on my body once, but there's an at-home one that you could do. I haven't done that one yet. But I am just taking more time in the morning, and I don't have a lot of time in the morning, so that's why I get up earlier. I wrote about this in my book. And then going into reading and books, I'm actually rereading my own book right now, because sometimes you need a little boost, and my book does just that. And I'm still writing my other book, so I like to flip-flop and go back and forth to see like what makes sense as a continuation on with Everything is Messy. So challenge yourself to read like 5-10 pages. Read your freaking horoscope if that's all that you could read. I love my daily horoscope, Astrology Zone. I have my CoStar app. I'm really into the moons. I'm really into like researching a lot of new habits this year. And one of them is astrology and the moons and human design. I know I mentioned that last year, but the year gets ahead of us. But like quarterly goals I have, and that's literally one of them. Habit stacking, fasting, like all of that. So let's move into the food now part of my wellness week. So far, let's just do a little recap. We've done the meditation. We've done the journaling. I take time while I have my legs on the wall and habit stack and do that as well. I'm doing my stretches. I'm doing my hot girl walks. I am hydrating with my homemade electrolytes. I'm doing my readings. I read the Daily Stoic every single morning. I have been, I think, for 3 years. And the full title of that is the Daily Stoic. It's 365 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living. It's so good, by Ryan Holiday and another author. It's in my Amazon store if you want to grab it. But I have been reading this, I think, for like 3 years. You read it every single day. So that's something I read in the morning after I journal. And then my sound bath, my goals, I'm going to go into that. My feelings, like I just journal it all out. Mind, body, business, and life. I'm categorized under that, and I just list stuff out if that's all that my mind wants to do that day. And I'm reading, having my intentional morning, moving into the food, I'm doing 16-hour intermittent fast. I've been intermittent fasting for like 3 years. I usually do, I'd say like 12, 14, usually 10, 12, 14. I don't know. It honestly varies, but I know I've been doing it for years, and I know I do it for like at least average 12. This week, 16 hours. So last night I ate something at 10 o'clock at night. So I have my Wasa crackers with my almond butter and my everything bagel seasoning with my spirulina vanilla vegan protein shake waiting for me at right now it's 9:19 in the morning. I'm not eating that till 2, but I always break my fast with a liquid. I'm trying to have 2 liquids and then a meal every day. It makes a big difference with my body inflammation. Like I'm going on what I feel and how I feel. Like protein, my body just wants more protein, as I mentioned earlier, because maybe I am working out more. That's probably why. But also upping my water intake, and then no Diet Cokes, no alcohol, no sparkling drinks, less salt, less sugar. I'm trying really to eliminate like all sugar. I want to create a new protein bar recipe this week. So I'm going to get ingredients probably today or tomorrow. So stay tuned for a recipe on that. There are dates here, but, they just have a lot of sugar. I try to eliminate the sugar. I'd rather have low sugar chocolate chips than dates, I think, because they're super sweet. I don't know. I have to do my investigation. I do have some bars in my book, some recipes online, but I want to do something new just because it's a new chapter of my life. And I want all new recipes. Last night I made a new stir fry. So today I want to make some new protein bars. And I've been posting a lot of healthy snacks for kids on my TikTok as well, because I make them for my friends' children, and they love them. I've been doing frozen sugar-free Jell-O donuts in a donut mold I got. They're so good. It's literally just sugar-free Jell-O, but I freeze it in a donut mold, and then it's like frozen donuts, and they get to wait there and like pick at it, and they don't eat it as fast. What else? I think that's it for my wellness week, my next chapter of healing for my mind, my body, my business, and my life. But I have yet to go over those goals and talk about that. Literally what I just shared with you is my morning. That's my morning. My morning, my afternoon, like everything that I'm intentional about. And this is heavily focused on my morning routine and habit stacking. And I just wanted to create a wellness week and challenge myself. Literally, that's it. So I challenge you to do the same. And if you need an accountability partner, come join me on TikTok, because that's where we all hang out. Now, going into my goals, I list them out categorized for my mind, my body, my business, and my life. And I'll share them with you. So for my mind, it's to be obviously more calm and slow down, more routine, and do more research with supplements, like what I'm consuming. And then with my body, I definitely want to be much healthier. So same thing with my supplements, what I'm putting in, what I'm consuming. I want to lose another 40 or 50 pounds. 40 I'm totally cool with. I want to be more tone and lean. So the workout I did yesterday, which I didn't mention, Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week, I'm doing a workout on top of my walks. And it's a 30-minute full body resistance band workout. I found it on YouTube. So I'm doing that. And I'm sore today, so it worked. And I want to be more tone and lean. I really miss rowing, but that was such a hardcore workout. I'm really enjoying my walks. Walks are so good for my mental health, and that is a priority, top-notch, number one priority for me in 2023. So I'm going to stick to the plan. I've been walking in 30-degree temperatures, so if I could do it, you could do it. Business. I want to engage more with my community, build a stronger, positive, and uplifting community. I want to create more partnerships. I want to create my movement, which I mentioned a couple episodes ago, with 12 entrepreneurs I've been talking to. I'm doing this whole website, this whole movement to help other small business owners, specifically females. So when that time comes, I will definitely share that with you. I want to have an 8+ figure year. And with my life, I want a brand new home. I want a brand new car. I want brand new travel every month. And I'm looking into the adoption again. So there's that. I literally just read on my Post-it, which is on my planner in front of my face. Every day I move it. So every day I see it, every day I move it. I cross out my goals, I move to the next day. My goals, my planner, by the way, if you're like, what does your planner look like? What are these color-coded systems that you have? I'm going to tell you right now why I did it, but all these videos are on my TikTok, so just scroll through. I uploaded them all January 1st because I worked all day January 1st. Because on the 1st of every month, I track my stats, my downloads, like do all my end of month, but it was also end of year. So I bang out all my taxes and everything. Like I'm already done with that. So tips and tricks for you in that department can be found on my TikTok. Videos are already sitting there waiting for you. My color coding system I've had since my chemo days years ago because I could not remember anything. I'm sure you've heard of chemo brain. Well, I had it. So everything was color coded. So my specific system had to be set up where I would remember colors, like what that was, my task for the day. So pink is content. Orange is anything having to do with my clients or my calls or what I'm scheduled. Yellow is mandatory. So I have my journal, and you'll see all of this. I literally show a video of my planner, not journal, of my planner. So where it says meditate, journal, stretch, oil pulling, workout, hydrate, read, legs on the wall, like all of that, that's yellow. That's mandatory. That is my intentional morning situation. That is my wellness week. There's no going around it. That shit happens every day. I cross it off. Green is bills due. Blue is mental, dental, and medical appointments. Purple is podcast. So it's like a whole rainbow. And I have colored pens now I'm into. So I like to use those as well. And I just ran out of my green and I'm so sad. So now I'm using a blue and I hate blue pens. So we'll see how long this lasts. I just wrote my podcast notes for you in blue. And it's all right. It's like a baby blue. But I'm just one of those girls that appreciates a good rainbow in her planner. And I'm very specific with my Sharpies and my highlighters and all of the colors. And that's just how I like to live my life. And if you agree, let me know. If you don't, then that's totally fine. So that's that. So speaking of the first of the month, something that keeps me super organized, I've been using this for years, is I created a Microsoft Excel document. And on the first of every month, I track my money in, my money out, my social media stats, my book sales, my podcast downloads, anything having to do with a number in my life goes there. So at the end of the year and every month, I can see my growth. Looking back last year, I should have just pulled it up, but I did a TikTok video on this also, is where my growth was on each social media platform, my newsletters, my LinkedIn following, my LinkedIn newsletter, how many countries I'm in with my podcast. It's just green and red, positive and negative. Where should I spend the most time? Where do I want to spend the most time? What do I want to invest in? What do I want to pull back on? Staring at a number shows you just that. It's very easy. It's very accessible. You can find it at the link in my Stan Store. It's $9.97. It's completely customizable. If you do not own a business, you can use it for your home finances, what you're doing with your kids, where are you spending your money on monthly subscriptions. You can make it your own. There's no stressful formulas. You just plug in a number and it's yours to have for only $9.97. So grab it today. It's super easy to use. If you have any questions, we can always hop on a call. And I have a couple call spots left for 2023 for goal setting. I extended this into January. I didn't really promote it a lot, only TikTok. That's where I live. That's why I keep talking about TikTok. That's my new home. You may see my content on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere else. Pinterest, especially my Pinterest is like out of control right now. My focus is SEO. My focus is TikTok. I use an app called Repurpose. It repurposes my content everywhere. It's actually all coming from TikTok. If you are somebody that needs that for your business, I have a code. I think it's 2 weeks free plus 20% on top of that. You can't go wrong with the price. I pay $25 a month and it is worth it because I'm getting traction everywhere. Every day I'm looking at my numbers. Every first of the month I'm looking at my numbers. I'm like, holy shit, using this app really works. I'll put my code in the show notes. Use it, grab it. It'll change your life, especially if you have a podcast and a YouTube channel or you create content like myself. Use it for your job if you need it, for social, however you need it. Those two things are so important right now, especially in my business. The Microsoft Excel doc, the Repurpose app. If you want to save money on groceries and get free Amazon cards, you can check out my Fetch Rewards code. I think when you sign up, you get 2,000, 4,000 free points. I'm not sure. But all you have to do is take a picture of your receipt. You scan it into their app, you get points. When you get 10,000 points, you get a $10 gift card. You can donate it to a charity. You can get Amazon. You can get restaurants, like wherever. There's so many places that you can get your gift cards to, but you literally are just taking a picture of your receipt. And then speaking of receipts, I have videos on that to keep you organized on my TikTok. My whole envelope system, check that out. It's super easy to do. It will literally take you 20 minutes. You are organized for the entire year. And then when it comes time for your taxes, you are good to go. That's why my taxes took me like not a lot of time whatsoever on the 1st of January, because I'm already prepared a year ahead. Like, I'm not messing around when it comes to organization and productivity. If you need help in that department, let's get on a call, because I did a promo for calls 97 minutes for $97. So if you're hearing this today, I will offer that to you as well. Just reach out to me. The link to book all of my calls is in my Stan Store. I went back to using Stan Store because a lot of things are automatic, like my ebook, my Microsoft Excel doc, which I call Universal Spreadsheet for small business owners, but it's not just for small business owners. You can find all of that there. There's also a discount code if you need to automate something. You can grab that there as well. That link will be in the show notes. You could see. You could check out my website, kellyanngorman.com. There's a whole new bunch of pages on there. New show stuff, new UGC for small businesses, which I want to dive into next, which I'm so excited to talk about because I spent the weekend researching UGC. This is something I'm really interested in, and I've done a lot of it before over the years. And well, I should just really say last year. And while I was doing my research, I realized there's something missing. Nobody's doing this for small business owners. Like, why am I going to spend time, money, and energy investing in other multi-million dollar brands to make money when all these other small businesses need it? So I created something that needed to exist. End of story. User-generated content, UGC for small businesses. I'm currently creating UGC for small businesses who need more visibility, traffic, awareness, and sales driven to their brand, product, program, service, book, show, subscriptions, and more. Whatever you need, I'm going to make it happen. So this service includes a 60-minute consulting call to go over your brand content so that I can make sure that I get everything out of you. Like, what are your struggle points? What's your focus? What do you really want this video to be about? I filmed the video. I created it. I edited it. I put it on my global platform. So you're going to get one piece of content, filmed and produced, placed across all of my global social media platforms, inside my newsletters, and mentioned on an episode of this show. So starting next week, you're going to start hearing about small businesses that you can support. How cool is that? So you can read more about the how and the why in my latest LinkedIn newsletter, which I will link in the show notes for you here. Check it out. You can watch all the video promos on my TikTok, and you can reserve your spot today. They are $97. My commercial spots for the show start at $300. So you're getting a mention, but you're also getting a filmed and produced video to go across a global audience on all of my channels. My Pinterest alone right now is getting 22,000 views a month. This show, we're almost at 50,000 downloads, and we're in almost 100 countries. And my YouTube is getting thousands and thousands of hits daily, and you're going to be a part of that. I want to help more small businesses this year. If you want to launch a small business, if you're struggling in your small business, if you're just curious about how entrepreneurship works, like, let's seriously get on a call. I want to help you. If you have no interest in small businesses or entrepreneurship or anything of the sorts, but you know somebody who is, I have an affiliate program. So if you send business my way, you automatically get 10% commission, and that's immediate. Like, when I get payment from my client, you get payment from me. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. I created this back in 2017 as a way of saying thank you to my clients and everybody referring themselves in my business to other people that they knew, because I got slammed when I started Your Podcast Production, which was my podcast development program, which, by the way, I am just taking on one more client for that, because my focus this year is to grow my show, focus on this show, bring on better quality guests, bring in better quality conversations, and so much more. So expect to hear from some guests. I still am at like 200 something I need to go through. But if you have a program, product, story, or service you would like to share on the show, please let me know. The link will be in the show notes. Everything that I'm talking about today is in the show notes. So let's just leave it at that. But if you want to make some extra money, you want to become an affiliate for me, you could make money just doing that. Like, share my content and refer my brand to people that you know, and you're making 10%. It adds up. But going back to the podcast development, in order to focus on growing my own brand and show, because I've been developing since 2017, we're going on 6 years now, same with the show. That's a lot of time, money, and energy invested in other shows, which I love, absolutely love creating, writing, producing, recording, developing, filming, like all of it. But the time comes, closing chapters, starting new, writing new ones, moving on. 2023, the focus will be about Kellyanne Cares. So I'm so excited you are here. I'm so excited to be sharing this with you. And if you are somebody that wants a podcast, I literally only have one spot left and I'm closing the doors this month. So please message me if you are dying to launch a podcast. LinkedIn profile audits, podcast audits. If you already have a show, it's not growing, you're not monetizing, you don't know how to market it, I'm still doing those calls. So coaching calls, I'm doing a lot of on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And that's my schedule. However, if you look on my Calendly link where you can pay and reserve your spot immediately, everything is automated. It's nice and easy. I set up a little funnel for you. If you look, you'll see that I have my cell phone number there. So you could just text me because sometimes people can't do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So I want to make myself available. Like say you're an ER nurse and you're working 12, probably 20-hour shifts. Let's just be honest. And you're like, I need to talk to you at 4 a.m. Then I'm just going to make that fucking happen for you. So you need to text me and let me know. That was the moral of the story. The whole purpose of that little rant. So I think that's it. I think that's everything I have for you. All of my updates, mind, body, business, life goals, my wellness week. I'm going to check back with you next week and give you my results. How about that? Because I like to stay honest and hold myself accountable. And since I just said it and I'm already filming it on TikTok, there's no going back. And after one day, I feel fucking amazing. I think that's all that I have. If you have anything for me, please reach out. You know where to find me on TikTok at Kellyanne Gorman Official. If you're not a TikToker, you scroll YouTube, you can still view all my content there. Instagram and Facebook as well. I'm the same handle. My LinkedIn, which I live on, Kellyanne Gorman. But everything, again, will be in the show notes. I cannot wait to hear back from you. Like, I'm excited to be here. It's a new year, new vibe, new show, new guests, new content. Like, everything is new. Brand spanking new. So if you're fired up about 2023, if you want to share your goals with me, let me know on social. And friendly reminder, I would really, 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 really appreciate it if you could head on over to Apple Podcasts right now. Leave me a review. Make sure you rate and review and subscribe. When you leave the review, I don't see them for a couple days, so make sure you screenshot that. Did I just say screenshot? I meant subscribe. Rate, review, subscribe. Review the show by letting me know what you thought of today's episode and some of your goals. I want to hear from you. And then screenshot it and post it on social and tag me. And I'm going to send you a copy of my book today. How's that? So that's what I have for you. I'm going to sign off. I'm so excited to be back to weekly shows. Let's just add that. Next week, I'm going to give you a recap of my wellness week and give you some LinkedIn content, or let me know what kind of content you really want to hear about, what kind of guests you want to hear from. Write that over on Apple Podcasts in the reviews. One part of the sky is black right now, and the other, the sun is shining. So that right there is like a sign. Get the hell outside before it starts to pour. So that's what I'm going to do. So thank you so much for being here, supporting the show. It's a brand new year. And I'm excited to share more news with you next week. So check the show notes for everything I chatted about today, all the links, everything. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. And then make sure you come on over to TikTok because that is where I am besides the show. So I am wishing you the best and most happiest, healthiest, most positive, and most productive week yet. It's the second week. Let's kill this week. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks so much for tuning in to Kellyanne Cares, a one-of-a-kind show created to motivate, stimulate, educate, and inspire you. And I hope that happened for you today. As I mentioned in the intro, I would love your feedback on today's episode. Head to Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app to leave a review for the show. I would truly appreciate it. For more information on myself, the show, my book, and the programs, products, and services I've created, visit kellyanngorman.com. While you're there, be sure to sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the podcast community, and check out the brands I'm currently loving. Let's continue today's conversation. You can connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Kellyanne Gorman Official. All my other social handles will be available for you in the show notes. If you have a product, brand, story, or service you would like to share on the show, send me a message on kellyanngorman.com today. As always, thanks for listening, sharing, and reviewing. I wouldn't be here without you, and I'm so grateful I get to do what I love each and every day. Wishing you a happy, healthy, positive, and productive day, and I'll talk to you again soon.